Once upon a time, I was a princess in this fairy tale gone dry.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday night episode of the Lowdown. I am your host, Jesse B, of course, alongside John Anthony, my wonderful co-host. How are you tonight, John? Oh, shit, here they come.
Feeling immensely better. Man, Tank does not even wait to let me get an intro in.
No.
So much better from earlier this week. Feeling a lot better. Before we talk about anything AEW, how was your trip?
It was really, really fun. It was crazy going to Chichen Itza. That was some crazy energy there. All the crazy Mayan shit that took place there, the beheadings, the people getting their live beaten hearts ripped out of their chest.
Ooh,
it was crazy.
Okay. I need to go on that cruise. Awesome.
Yeah, like Apocalypto happened there. No, it was a lot of fun. The first day and a half was pretty cold leaving Galveston. So we were in like super layers. But after that, the weather was really nice. But then the day on our way back, it got cold again the closer we got to Texas. So, but it was fun. Ready to plan my next one.
Awesome. Well, glad you made it back safe and sound. Glad you had an amazing time. It was not the same with no rundown last week, but you're back and let's go. Let's have that.
And then
hell of an
I'll
episode
be
we
on
have
again
tonight,
in 2
everybody.
weeks, but that's okay. We'll talk about that later. So AEW tonight wasn't half bad.
Wasn't half good either.
We've got differing opinions, I guess, on that one. I thought it was good. It kept my attention.
It was good. But, okay, we'll go on. Go ahead. We'll talk.
Yeah. So it started with Jay White, rated FTR, and the Death Riders battling it out in the beginning. Did you see Marina carry off Renee?
Yep. I literally was saying, hey, it's the first time she's ever been in the same place as jump. Oh, there she goes.
There she goes.
Yep. To get her out of there real quick. Yep.
Marina's like, let's just protect the King's Queen and get her out of here before anything happens.
Like, and then the March album was awesome. Loved it.
Like, let's get her out of here.
Yeah.
Mox tells tells Cope he doesn't deserve a title shot, so he's not going to get one at Revolution. But at Grand Slam, we're getting Cope and Jay White versus Mox and Claudio Castagnoli.
It's a good match. It's a good match. I think we all know what the end result's going to be. It's going to be Cope and Moxley at Revolution. Revolution doesn't feel the same as it did, I think, 2-3, even last year.
They don't seem to be making a big deal about it.
No, I don't feel this big, huge match card coming, and it just doesn't feel. Yeah, it feels like another pay-per-view. I don't feel it. It'll be a good match. Don't get me wrong. Both matches are going to be good. The tag match is going to slay. That main event, that's what they do, is going to be awesome with Cope and Mox. But yeah, I'm not getting the same feeling for Revolution. Like when they call me, he's like Revolution. I'm like, all right, cool. Not like whoa, Revolution, but yeah.
They're definitely making a bigger deal out of Grand Slam, it seems, than they are out of Revolution.
As if Tony Khan was a meteorologist who got it wrong. He talked about it being a pay-per-view, and now it's pretty much just talked about as a house show. It got downgraded. So now we're just talking about it. Could be tough across all, after the NBA, it could be tough across all streaming platforms. Maybe, it's pretty much just going to be a really decent house show. I thought Grand Slam was a pay-per-view. It has been the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, New York. So I was surprised to get that walked back by him at the conference call yesterday, but okay. I mean, I get it. I know ticket sales haven't been the greatest. I mean, matches are still going to be good, but I don't know. But
it's got a fire card.
No, I'm saying the card's going to hit. The card's going to hit, man. I'm not shitting on the card at all. But the fact that he kind of walked it back is that not being Grand Slam. Grand Slam isn't one of the Fight for the Fallen or Winter's Coming. It's not one of those things. It's Grand Slam's a fucking pay-per-view. Like, you've had it at a stadium the past two years, maybe 3 years in Shea Stadium. Like, what are we doing? And now it's just a smaller venue, and now it might be kind of like a house show. It's a little weird to me. A little weird.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see how next week plays out and see how Grand Slam turns out because it's got a fire card. So hopefully it delivers.
I hope. Yeah, I'm really.
And I
hoping,
totally agree with Isaiah here that I would rather have Mox versus Jay White.
That's where the money is. That's really where your money is, man. I'm telling you. See, again, I sit here every week, not shitting on him, but Cope. What are we doing? Like, no, it should be Switchblade. It should be Jay. That should be who should be you should be dropping the title to. Somebody from AEW. Somebody that's been there a while. That's where the money is. I agree. Good call.
Exactly. And you got Will Ospreay facing Mark Davis, who's the new member of the Don Callis family. That was interesting.
Very interesting.
I wasn't expecting Mark Davis to join Don Callis.
It was funny the remarks after that, as far as he's like, we don't know what he has on you, but it's okay. You can have friends you can trust. Like he's just in it because he's got like dirt on him or something. Joining the group,
right?
It was good to see.
It's okay. We can help you. This is a cry for help.
Support. It's a Don Callis family support group. Don't worry.
It's a Don Callis, the cult support group. We can help you.
Yeah, right. It was good to see. It was good to see an old friend like that, especially someone so close to Ospreay, come back into that and get that match. Those two were great in the ring. It's a good match. I mean, anytime Will's in the ring, great stuff. Can't go against
100%.
it. Yeah. So Dave, it was good to see. Obviously, he got the win. The hidden blade. It was good. It was good stuff. I liked Omega coming out. That was cool. Talking about the match. Can we talk about how someone didn't tell Kenny? By the way, when you say bang, we're gonna light the place up. And literally both men jumped in the ring. Ospreay almost jumped 2 feet back at him. Like I was like, oh, Tony didn't tell anybody about that.
Tony didn't tell anybody about the massive amount of pyro he was going to have apparently at the end of that one. I
was watching a Cody Rhodes entrance. Like, what?
It's like, what is going on here? There goes the budget.
Yeah. No, I mean, they downgraded Grand Slam, so now they can blow it up on pyro, I guess. I don't know. But
oh my God. We got the Hurt Syndicate coming out, talking about how they're just going to go after anybody that's got a title. Currently, they've got the tag team belts. And then we get the return of the Ass Boys. I'm sorry, the Guns.
Hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Put some respect on those boys' names.
The Guns.
I'm telling you, those are some fine those are some fine-looking gentlemen, man. Those guys take their time.
They definitely are.
God, Jesus. I was
for a minute. The shorter one is cuter, but I don't like the little braid thing.
Colton?
But,
the one,
yeah.
Colton, yeah, because those say, yeah. Austin sounds like his old man. That's why. Colton,
yeah.
If you close your eyes, it sounds like Billy Gunn's talking.
I don't like Colton. The little
little braid. Yeah, Colton's ripped. Those guys are awesome. It's good to see them back. I agree. Great to see them come out. It was great.
It was a great promo. It was a great introduction to them back into the fold.
Mm-hmm. I agree. No, it was good to see, man. I think
then
that
Harley Cameron.
Oh.
Yeah, that match was fire.
I've been on the AEW website. If I can get my hands on one of those puppets, it's gonna sit right here on the desk.
Oh my God.
I need it. I went everywhere. I went on Amazon.
Tolerable.
I went on Amazon. I went everywhere. I'm like, I gotta find this doll. I need this doll, bro. And the fact that she can actually, I didn't know she was a ventriloquist. That's amazing. She actually can do
she's like a jack of all trades.
I'm watching it. I'm like, oh my God, she's not. Oh, she's really over her mouth. Holy shit, she can.
It's like she's actually doing this.
Yeah, I was like, she's doing the thing. She's doing the thing. I need that doll.
She's getting her match at
if anyone in the comments, anyone watching this, you know where I can find it. Please DM me or Jesse B the link, please. I need to buy the doll. Please, it needs to sit right here as a mascot. Every AEW show we do. Please, I need it. Thank you.
It made Mercedes tolerable. It was hilarious. I absolutely loved that. But yeah, it has to be bought. The Mercedes puppet.
Yes. The wrath.
Feel the wrath.
So Renee's like, no wrath.
Yeah. Then for some reason we have Hangman chasing after Max Caster.
Yeah. I think that was literally just done to have another run-in, not to get ahead of ourselves, to have another
with MJF.
With MJF, yeah. I'm like, we did all that just for that. Okay, cool, I guess.
Yeah. Like, okay, that was an interesting little segment there. Hounds of Hell. Holy shit. That packaging.
I'm here for that entrance, man. Holy shit. Yes,
Fucking
please.
amazing.
More of them. Not saying right now because the syndicate have it, but get the belts on those boys. Oh my God. Yes, please. More of that.
I'm
Alistair's
almost
one of the-
wondering if Buddy is going to get the title at Grand Slam from Okada.
If they're smart, they would. They need to get some. They need. That's what I think the biggest thing is. I don't want to go into it right now. I was waiting till after we talked about the show before I went to our interview. I think the biggest thing right now is there's too many people on the belts for too damn long. Like I'm not saying you need to have a hot potato, and I say it all the time with WWE too. Like I get it. They have to go with their runs. You have the Cody runs, the Roman fucking 25-year run. I get it. But you can't have Okada's not even defending the belt. Like you need to, at least if you're already defending it like every other week, okay, cool. That's just like bitch. And the fact that I'm a bitch.
I'm a bitch.
That was a good playback from Buddy.
Bitch.
I'm a bitch. And he looked up, I'm a bitch. But no, I just think they need to get some fresh faces, get Buddy Lee a belt, get some. I think when the world title changes a hand, if it does a Revolution, that might get some more eyes on them. But they need to start spicing it up a little bit, man. They're getting a little stagnant. I think that's part of the problem with the product right now with AEW.
Yeah, I agree with that part. It's becoming a little stale, especially with the Death Riders right now.
Oh.
The Death Raiders are pretty fucking stale.
You're right. The writers.
The Raiders. But the Hounds of Hell take the L, but it was still a really good match, and they're starting to feature them every single week now. So it comes to make you think, was Alistair holding them back?
It could be one of two things. It could have been Alistair holding back. It could be an FU2 Alistair. Oh, you want to leave? Okay, cool. Now I'm going to feature your product. Now I'm going to
push you guys
Which,
to the moon.
Politics, man. If I'm Buddy and I'm Brody, fuck it. Let's go. That's cool. Piss him off. I don't care. Put us on TV. Let's go. Give me some gold. I'll take,
Put us out there. Show us.
Let's go. Yeah. However you want to piss out. You want to do it to upset somebody, spite somebody? Cool. We'll do it. We'll be, I'll be your Huckleberry, but that's good. Them on TV is good for ratings and good for business. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Totally agree. Master of the Mic comes out. MJF.
Such a good promo.
Cuts his promo. Then we got Max running through it. Hangman, man. Hangman. And then that gets, so they're definitely setting up something between Hangman and MJF. They have to be. They can't be having all these run-ins for no reason.
Long term.
Yeah.
And then obviously,
Dustin Rhodes
let's talk about Dustin Rhodes, right? I'll let you finish. We can talk about the promos. Let's talk about that. I have a comment about as far as what they're doing with MJF right now. But go ahead.
It was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
It was a good promo.
I mean, Dustin's amazing. I mean, that man can wake up and cut a promo like better than probably anybody in that locker room. To be honest with you, like Dustin can, he was doing promos before promos were cool. I didn't think the retort was going to be what it was, and the fact that we're still getting a Cody Rhodes reset on AEW, the fact when he goes and all that just to be oh no. Oh, shit.
Yep, I was like, here it comes.
Yep. And
the shadow of I knew baby brother was coming.
I just have,
so that sets up them for next week.
Oh yeah.
And if I heard Dustin right, it's on Tuesday next week.
Oh, I didn't catch the promo. I stepped into the kitchen. I didn't hear the promo, but I heard him talking about, it's my house.
I thought he said something about Tuesday next week, so might want to double check and see if it might be Tuesday next week.
No way. No, if they were going against NXT, they've already talked about that. No way. No way. No, you know what? I'm not gonna comment. People in the comments, do your thing. I think it was awesome. I mean, if it is Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day it is, I think. What do we do with MJF though? I mean, MJF is now he's going down the geriatric hall of AEW. I mean, I get it, taking on the legends and maybe getting some rubs from these guys, but where are we going? That's not the road back to the Triple B. That's kind of opposite way, taking down all the legends. If we're going down Randy Orton-esque thing here, I took down Jarrett, I took down Dustin.
Gonna be the legend killer.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know what we're doing with that. I don't think, honestly, at the end of the day, I don't think they have anything right now for Max, which is unfortunate because they need to let the Death Riders thing play out. But I mean, it's entertaining. It always is. I'm sure these guys, working with these guys, I'm sure is cool. I'm sure they both have a great laugh button at the back. I guarantee you Jeff comes out next week, like does something to him, like, tags up with Dustin, does something like that down the road. But yeah, It's gonna be interesting to see what this leads for MJF, kind of what we're doing and what that character kind of is direction they have for 2025.
Yep. Well, our guest of honor has arrived tonight. I'm going to go ahead and bring her to the stage.
Woo!
We have Miss Aria Perkins. Hello, darling. How are you tonight?
Hi, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Nice
Thanks for coming on tonight.
Mhm.
So we were just talking about Dynamite tonight. Did you watch that at all? Are you? It's later.
Yeah.
That's right. You guys got it later
Yeah.
because you're on the West Coast.
Hour here.
Okay, that's right. That's right. So how are you tonight? Did you get all the munchkins in bed? Okay.
I'm trying to. One of them's sick, so that's a
My little one is
struggle.
sick too.
TJ's
Double
dealing
ear
with.
infection. Boo.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's that time of year.
Oh, that's
Our oldest is having like some sinus troubles right now, and he's trying to fall asleep, but he's like upset that he's sick. It's a whole thing.
oh, poor thing.
Yeah.
I miss those days, but I don't. So, girl, I did some research on you over the past couple weeks, and you are a badass in the ring. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I've been watching some of your matches, and I did not know that you wrestled so many men. I was like, holy crap. And then I saw the match with you and TJ. That had to be super fun, wrestling your husband.
Yeah, like a dream match. It was so fun. It was so like just easy chemistry and stuff like that. I would do it every day of my life.
Yeah, I mean, working with your best friend, that's got to be a really easy match.
Yeah, it was such a good time. Like, I want to run it back in like our own promotion or something, but I'm like, I can't book this like every month the way I want to. But yeah, he was one of the best opponents I've ever had.
That's awesome. I mean, he's a legend, so it's definitely a good person to have in the ring.
For sure.
So when did you get your start?
I started as a manager and a ring girl in 2014, and I started training that year and then debuted January 31st, 2015. So 11 years, but more like 10 years ago.
That's awesome. What made you want to get into it?
Just being a fan for a while. Like, my younger brother was a fan at the time of wrestling, like in 2008-ish, and I just happened to watch SmackDown with him one night, and I saw the women's matches and stuff like that, and I was just like, whoa, I want to follow this and I want to do this and all that stuff. So when a school opened up around me, I was just like, all right, obviously this is the time to make it happen. So I think I did.
Well, you did it.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's still like surreal to me that I even went to wrestling school and have had a match. I'm just like, what am I doing?
Like, what is life?
Right?
Yeah, like you said, you've been doing this a while. Like, I think about 10 years, like you said. I mean, you've done it kind of all. You've been a singles, tag team, you've been a valet, you've even done color commentary, you've been calling matches. Like, out of all that, I mean, it must have gone by so fast. Like, what is, out of all of that, like, what's the one thing you like to do? Is it singles, being in a team, kind of being outside of the ring? What was one out of all those? What you like?
I think I love tag matches because one of my favorite wrestlers is Jeff Hardy. So I love tag wrestling, of course. But I think singles matches, like the one we were talking about with TJ, like singles hardcore matches are probably my favorite. Like anything with toys to play with on the outside. I mean, yeah. I guess I'd enjoy that in any kind of facet. Like, I've done multi-people matches where like there's been some stuff involved, but yeah, just one-on-one beating each other with weapons is really fun.
Yes, I love it. Yes.
The hardcore queen.
I'm trying.
being that you've done so many hardcore matches, what is the worst bump you've taken in a hardcore match?
Ooh.
A great question. Because it's the not hardcore stuff that's actually messed me up more. Going through TV from Anton Voorhees was pretty brutal. That was at Relentless, the same company in Washington where I wrestled TJ. Yeah, he did a step-up brain buster onto a chair and busted my brain onto a flat screen television.
Oh man,
That was pretty cool.
I've not seen that spot. I need to pull it up. That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
One time. That's another one of my favorite matches, though.
That sounds hardcore for sure. Head through a flat screen.
Ouch. My mom didn't like it.
Yeah, I'm sure most moms probably wouldn't like their daughter doing it.
She's like, "Why did I pay for you to go to college if this is what you're doing?"
Hold on, buddy. What happened?
I paid for you to get a degree, and you're getting your head put through a television.
Yeah, I paid for my own wrestling school, so at least there's that.
I mean,
Well, hey,
yeah, it's all good.
at least you got the degree.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for wrestling, she wouldn't have grandkids, so she should just
Everything happens for a reason.
If you wouldn't have
I
gotten
get it,
wrestling, you wouldn't have met TJ. She wouldn't have grandkids. There you go.
Everybody wins.
But at the same time, I'm like, if I see one of my little babies just get motherfucked to on TV, like I would also probably not love it.
Right. It's probably not the moms. My son used to play football, and watching him play football was not one of my, it was my favorite thing, but it wasn't one of my favorite things because I was always afraid he was going to get hurt.
Yeah, my brother played it, and like same thing. She said it would just be hard to watch and stuff like that. And she's went to like my debut match and like a couple other matches I've had, and she's like, it's so hard to watch.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure she's super proud of you though with everything that you've accomplished.
Yeah, for sure. My whole family is very supportive.
Speaking of accomplishments, obviously Hardcore Queen, love those matches. Kind of early on, you were the PPW Diamond Division champion for almost 400 days. What was that like kind of early on to have that belt? I mean, clearly over a year. How was that? Like equal experience riding that roller coaster, being a champ for that long?
Pretty good, because I actually never lost it. So
that I did not know.
It's active, I would probably still be the champion.
Oh,
but
okay.
I had to have shoulder surgery and couldn't do much of anything. Nonetheless, defend a title. So I was like, here guys, sorry. But yeah, that was fun. One of my favorite matches at that time was probably versus Casey Lennox. We had a really good one. I love looking back on like pictures of it. Like that was just a really fun crowd, and like any of those shows, like that was a really fun promotion in South Florida.
Awesome.
That's fun. What, besides being the champion for over 400 days, which is a huge accomplishment, what else would you say is one of your biggest accomplishments within wrestling?
I'd say the different roles I had in MLW. At the time, I was recovering from that shoulder surgery, and I was freshly graduated with my journalism degree. So they had me doing some backstage social media management, journalistic kind of coverage of their shows. And then once I got better, I transitioned into backstage interviewing, and then that turned into me becoming a valet, which turned into me wrestling on some of the shows, but mostly being a valet. So that was a really significant accomplishment to me. It was the first time I worked for somewhere that was no pun intended, a major place.
Right.
So I really liked that time.
Like a big promotion, because MLW, I mean, they're a big promotion. They're one of these smaller ones, but they're still
biggest
one
out of
of
the small.
the well-known ones.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and to go back, like when they were like first coming back, like to be part of that was like super cool because it was like such a big deal. Like in the early 2000s and stuff, my husband wrestled there, and then like comes back and to be part of it and like just meet everybody involved and learn so much from this company. It was just a really great experience.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Now, transitioning more to the other side of things, when you went from wrestling to motherhood, was that something that you planned, or was that an unexpected bump in the road?
No pun intended.
During the pandemic, TJ and I started seeing each other, and yeah, we made a baby, guys. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And so like I wasn't really wrestling a ton during 2020, and I mean nobody really knew like when the
What
world
was going
would
on?
become more normal again. And yeah, I was kind of just like, yeah, what happens, and it happened. And yeah, we had our firstborn in August of 2021, and I think I came back April-ish the following year, maybe May.
I was going to say, you came back super quick.
Yeah, I felt like I came back too soon, but I just missed it because like I missed it during the pandemic, and then I missed it like as soon as stuff like started to go back to normal. I'm like, okay, well, I can't do anything right now. I don't know. I just had really bad FOMO and wanted to wrestle, and then we had our second baby in December of 2023. So like I've technically like been active 10 years, but like there is that off time of the babies. So
Man, it still counts.
Still counts. Still counts.
little bumps in the road, obviously.
Still counts.
Oh, absolutely. The best bumps in the road you could possibly have, though, because you've got two of the cutest children
Thank you.
in the world. I love that you guys showcase them and you guys share them with the public because they are absolutely adorable children. So
Thank you. It's like we got one of each. Like one looks like TJ and one looks more like me. It's just like the best.
It's the best thing about having two of them. Each one gets one. Like, yeah, okay. Right. Everyone gets a mini me. Let's go.
Yeah, like, maybe in sense of having like a daughter, but like our youngest, like we both have light eyes, lighter hair, like similar facial features, and like the same things apply to our oldest and TJ. Like it's so cool, like seeing your partner use little minis just run around.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah, my oldest looks exactly like me, and my youngest looks like his dad. So that's pretty much exactly how it panned out. Mm-hmm. I have one that looks like each.
That's awesome.
So how was that transition to being a mom, though, being away from the ring and having that transition? Because it's a huge transition going from traveling, booking shows, being on the road, doing all these crazy things to actually having to stop and think about another person.
Yeah, it was a lot because I was in such disbelief. I was like, there's no way we actually are having a kid. And I guess just slowing down during the pandemic year, I was like, okay, well, this is the move now. Like, not much else to do. No, not really. But like, it was also like we were long distance at the time. Like I was still living in Florida. So when my lease was up, I moved out here, and like we just became a cute little family. It wasn't like, oh, we're just playing house. Like we're like, nah, this is for real. Like his career never had to really change. Like if anything, like, you know, we're having a kid, get more work. But
Fair.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't really like much of a change in my day-to-day because I wasn't doing much during 2020 besides staying home and seeing TJ when I could. But yeah, as soon as that baby comes, that's a big transition to figuring out sleeping schedules,
Oh, I miss
learning
sleep.
different things, changing a million diapers, all your money. Just you want to buy baby clothes, you don't want to buy anything for yourself anymore. Like, but I feel like it came to me like instantly because I'm instantly like, okay, mother instincts. Like, I have a younger brother, but like I never was like put in a position where I had to like really parent him or like babysit him much or anything. So like raising a baby, I was like slightly intimidated, but I was also like, I got this. There's obviously a reason why I have this child. So
Absolutely. And you just figure it out.
yeah, I'm like, there's no other option like but to figure it out, like, and
Do the
just
thing.
make the best out of it and not stress myself out or anything.
That's awesome. So obviously, still
Yeah,
young.
John's got little ones too, so he understands your world. Mine are 20 and almost 14, so that's been a long time since I've been down those roads.
My daughters are 4 and 2, so yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, mine are 1 and 3, so I feel you.
So obviously, we talked about your early career, being a mom, which is obviously the best job in the world. So obviously, they're gonna right now. I'm sure you're figuring things out. I know you have some stuff coming up in February. What are we looking at down the road? Obviously, when the kids get a little older, are you looking to kind of get back into it, doing some stuff with TJ down the road? Obviously, no one has a crystal ball, and who knows what will happen. But is there something that kind of some plans or some ideas of what you would like to do, or some stuff you want to do when they get a little older and have a little more time for you guys to kind of focus on the work?
I guess when they're older, yeah, I would like to be more, as if not more active than I was before. But like for the time being, even like if I do a local booking and like my mother-in-law's here watching the kids, I'm like, I miss them. I want to like go hug them and stuff. Like I just, because I'm always here with them, and I'm like, I can't even imagine like how TJ feels like going to Japan for like 28 days at a time and like not being able to like physically hug our kids, just depending on FaceTime. And like even if there's like a huge time difference, so the FaceTimes are like when one of us is falling asleep usually, or like he's going to work or something. But yeah, I don't know, I like having our own promotion. That's fun because it's in the city and it's something we have control of. I don't know. Like, I kind of just want to do whatever makes me happy in wrestling. I don't have like a specific goal of like, I need to be signed here by this date and have this contract or blah, blah, blah. Like, I think that's just such like, just not open-minded thinking really, because wrestling is such like a crazy business that I'm kind of just like, whatever happens, happens. Like, I've had experiences that I'm very grateful for, and I've had experiences that I absolutely hated. So, I mean, whatever comes to me is just gonna happen. Like I didn't expect MLW to come to me, or anytime I've been invited like for extra work somewhere, stuff like that. So I just want to have fun and learn. Like it'd be cool to go to Japan with or without TJ. But yeah, just enjoying the ride.
Awesome. Okay.
It seems like in the wrestling business, from what I've been learning from the various interviews that we've been doing. Hold on one second. Live filming.
You got a love tank.
They're usually in the bedroom while we're doing the show, but he knows how to open the door, and my husband's sleeping, so I can't get them back in there. So
Count the dog.
But from what I've been learning, setting a goal like I want to be signed here by this date, by this time, is almost setting yourself up for failure in this business because there's so many variables, it seems.
It can be, and I think that could apply to a lot of careers or goals. Like it's like manifestation and stuff, I think is a real thing. And if you do have a specific goal, there's nothing wrong with working towards it. But for me, it's like I don't want to just have one thing happen. I want a ton of things to happen. So like, I don't know, like I see why some people like the stability of being at one place or reaching a childhood dream or something like that. But for me, I'm like, I feel personally, the more I like got in the wrestling business and found out like opportunities about things I didn't even really know I could do, I'm like, I just being open to receiving just feels more right in wrestling.
Right.
That's awesome.
That makes sense.
And to Jess's point,
What do you
too,
think's harder? Oh, go ahead, John.
No, Jess, go ahead, Jess, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, what do you think's harder, being a mom or being a wrestler?
Being a mom, for sure.
Oh.
A
mom.
They can't be moms.
A mom body slams being a wrestler, bro. Done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
It's funny too.
Being
like,
responsible for somebody, hard as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Tiresome. Just never time off. Never time off. Even when they're 18, still goes. But it's funny too. You say, see, obviously back in the day, there's very few promotions, especially the big ones. You had WWE, WCW, all those ones. Now I feel like it's such a cornucopia, such a buffet of wrestling. I feel like nowadays, do you think it's easier for someone who's coming up? I mean, obviously, it's manifestation, talk about where you want to go, but I think it's so much, in your opinion, do you think it's easier for an up-and-coming wrestler who wants to get into this to kind of have more of a pickings of where they want to go and maybe be easier to get eyes on them from one of the bigger promotions, that are nationally televised, as opposed to, riding the indies, getting your name out there, notoriety. And everyone knows without the indies, that's the lifeblood of wrestling. Without indies, you might as well shut it all down. But you think it's probably from maybe 10 years ago, even, is it probably easier for someone nowadays that aspires to do this like full time out there in a promotion? Is it easier for them to get like to climb that mountain, get there?
Yeah, I think definitely it just gets easier and easier because like when my husband was coming up, it was like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like I don't even know what they did back then. I assume it was a lot of papers and physical tapes and stuff like that and mild internet work. But yeah, like 10 years ago, like we had Twitter and stuff, Facebook and YouTube, all that's really helpful. But like nowadays, like short form media like TikTok, YouTube shorts, reels, stuff like that, like just it's a lot easier. Maybe not easier, but it's a lot more of a thing you can do to go viral. And like, I mean, you can, whether it's for good or bad, it could be eyes on you by the right people. And I think that a lot of these companies realize that, hence these different programs they have, like the WWE Recruit and Next in Line, like for college athletes and ID and stuff, and every other like major wrestling company. Like they'll randomly just like have some, social media darling like come in and do extra work or something. And it's like, maybe they wouldn't have got that chance if they hadn't made, that funny video or gone viral for like this crazy high spot they did off a ladder. Like, so yeah, I think it's definitely easier to get noticed these days. And like, it's also cool for like the fans too. Like you can find a wrestler that you maybe would have never found years ago. Like you might have been like of the tape trading persuasion, found indie wrestlers that way. But like now you can find people across the world that don't speak your language that might be the coolest person you've ever seen, like do a move or like their outfit or something. So like, yeah, social media has just been insanely good for wrestling and getting eyes on you, I think.
That's a great point. No, I agree. I mean, I lucked out. I live here. I live in Worcester, Massachusetts, and shout out to Beyond Wrestling. I mean, they're down here every Thursday night. I've seen some of the people you see on AEW, WWE. I've seen them in the middle of that ring, like for $10 to watch them. It's just awesome to see everybody like go there and indies and kind of rise up and kind of get to do what they want to do on a main stage like that. So no, I agree. I think now is just a great time for wrestlers.
See, and that's the thing I think Colorado lacks is if there's a lack of indie wrestling and promotion of indie wrestling in Colorado. It's very hard to even get shows out here, WWE, AEW, regardless, to get them to come out here. Maybe once a year, if we're lucky, we'll get a show. But indie wrestling just doesn't seem to be very prevalent out here. And it's unfortunate because a lot of people could be up and coming from this state and they're not getting that visibility because they don't really have it out here. Yeah,
I kind of feel the same way about Vegas, like because there's not that many promotions, and like coming from Florida, there's literally like 90 to 100 promotions and like 10 plus schools. Like it's such a big scene in one state. Like it's not like a regional thing. It's just the state itself is, you could work a lot from the lowest shows in a flea market parking lot up to like really good productions. And like Orlando's obviously got a lot going on, in Jacksonville with AEW. But yeah, like it's so weird because it's like when they come through here with those like major shows, I feel like they always are under some kind of need to like brand it like Vegas Wrestle, whatever show. Like it'll have like the gambling aesthetic, and like it's never like just wrestling's coming to town. Like it always just feels like a special thing. So like it feels like we don't get it here as much. But yeah, the indies, like there's, including our own, maybe 3 or 4 promotions that regularly run.
Wow.
And like Vegas is like a place where there's a lot of tourists. There's just a lot of like suburb areas. Like there's a bunch of different stuff. So it's like we should have a better scene, and I don't know why that is. Maybe people just aren't as invested. I don't know, but yeah, I feel you on that. Like, because I can only think of like 2 Colorado promotions, maybe.
Yeah, there's not many. I know there was an indie show here a few weeks ago. Fuego del Sol wrestled at that one. But that's the first one, and I only knew about it because he promoted it on his X page, and that was the only reason I even found out about it.
I mean,
but it just doesn't seem to be like that out here.
I luck out being up here in Massachusetts. New England has always been a hotbed since the beginning of the sport. I mean, Hogan, WWF, all that stuff, it all originated down in Stafford, Connecticut. So I mean, it's always been a hotbed up here. But yeah, no, it's sad. I mean, every state should have. I mean, there's a wrestler out of all the wrestlers at all the big companies. Everyone should, all the schools they have. Someone should at least pick every state they need to go to. Like you would think, like someone's got to be from Colorado that wants to open up a school. You know, I know you mentioned Vegas. Obviously, big event go down WrestleMania, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I know they were talking about a lot of people. They're having a lot of events down there, indie wise. They want to showcase a lot of talent. I think that's twofold. That's WWE scouting, and obviously people want to see indie talent. But to go back on what you said earlier too, I think that's why when they do that big events like Mania and these 2-day events, I think it's great when WWE brings in the ID guys, you know, the NIL people, and now Evolve even. That's like the new NXT. I think it's great that they showcase these kids, and even if WWE's like, listen, we don't have anything for you, they can go to AEW, they can go to TNA, they can go to another independent promotion, maybe make a name there and become a champion, and move on, come back and do something else. So, yeah. But no, I agree. I think there should be an indie wrestling in every state, at least one, everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Like, thankfully, like Southern California isn't too far away. It's like 4-ish hours, give or take. So, like, they have a pretty good scene down there.
Do you think maybe that was in the back of my head? Do you think maybe with California, and this is bad on me, I should have probably researched this. I know there's probably a lot in California where people go. Is that maybe why there's not so many in Vegas? Maybe they just kind of stay over in Cali and not really.
Maybe it's possible. Like I know that the LA area has the most that I can think of. San Diego has a few, and then people will go back and forth between like San Diego and Tijuana to get work, and like it's just, I don't know. Like our consistency isn't quite like theirs. Maybe it comes down to like renting a space or something.
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying with our promotion to be consistent. So
if I live closer, I'd be going. Trust me.
Yeah.
Well, like I said,
I didn't have a bad relationship with Vegas from the last time I was there.
Oh no! Well, I don't love it here either.
You also just come to Massachusetts where the air hurts your face. Come on over.
I don't know. My mom's family's from up there, so I've never been though.
Yeah, good 4 months out of the year, you just don't want to leave your house. It's great. It's great.
Oh, nice. Well, it's like that here with the heat.
Yeah, with the heat, you guys get stuck with those 120-degree days.
Yeah, I do not leave the house those days.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's
you know what though? I'll take heat over cold. I tell everyone you can't shovel heat. I'll take it, man. Like I can go in the air conditioner. I can
I
wear
guess
less
that's
clothes.
true.
There's always so many sweaters I can wear, coats I can have on, hats on my head. Like there's only so much I can do. So I
Yeah.
would much rather prefer heat.
You can only get so naked though, like in the heat.
Right.
Very true. Very true. I guess
Like
it depends on what state
I
you live in
can't
or where
start
you live.
peeling my skin off. I want to. It
Right.
feels like sizzling when I go outside. It's like the type of weather that feels like you're like holding like a air dryer or hair dryer like in front of your
Hair dryer
face.
to your face.
Man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's brutal.
It's not so much. It's never the heat. It's the humidity. Oh God.
We don't have that here.
There's no humidity out
We're
there.
landlocked.
See, that's beautiful though. I would take that.
Dry
Yeah,
heat.
like being from Florida, like I like the humidity for like skin reasons, and then coming out here, it's like I need to moisturize
Oh, it must be
every
so
other hour.
dry. Like, oh,
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
it is here in
Like
Colorado.
when
Oh.
I first started like coming out here, I was like really surprised. I would be like constantly like rubbing my eyes at like how just dry and like how dehydrated I just felt. It was just
All the time. And then you got to
Mhm.
put lotion on like 75 times a day or else
Yep.
you're scaly.
Yes.
it's the same reverse here in the winter. You go
I guess,
outside.
yeah.
But that's how it
literally
is
just
here all
just
the
wave
time.
your hand like this. You can just come up like it's horrible.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of your promotion, you guys have a event coming up on Valentine's Day, right?
Correct.
Ooh, heartbeats and hot headlocks. Yeah.
Heartbreaks.
Heartbreaks and headlines. Yep. That's awesome. So how many more do you guys have stuff planned during WrestleMania week as well?
Yes. We're just not sure like our date yet because we're planning on not running inside the building that we usually run in. We're planning on running like in this like kind of open area on Fremont Street in Neonopolis. It's by like the Heart Attack Grill. We usually run it the Nerd Bar. Yeah, we're just finding out like when we can get the ring down there, and then I definitely am so excited to book our WrestleMania card.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be super excited to book a WrestleMania show also.
Right.
Is that
like,
something
so
like
many of my friends will be here and like
That would be
people
amazing.
that I want to have with us, and it's just gonna be like a big open space. People like can just walk up and see like I don't even know what like I just today finished booking the Valentine's Day show. We want to run one more show and then our WrestleMania show, so it'll be fun to book those.
That's awesome. So promoting, is that something you're getting really passionate about right now?
I think so, yeah. Like, I mean, I'm pretty new to it, so I'm sure it can get better and worse. But yeah, I love it. I think between TJ and I and some of our friends who help out with us, we have enough experience to know how to run a little indie. So it's really fun. We're trying to just do something different, give people a place to get their reps in, because again, the scene here is not the most consistent. So, and then just it's in a really fun place in the Nerd Bar. So it's a mix of everything good.
Awesome.
That's
So obviously
exciting.
on
What
West-
time's the show? Oh, sorry.
We are doing doors
What time's
at
the show on
5 and
Valentine's
then
Day
show
for
at
those
6.
in Vegas?
6.
Perfect. So anybody in the Vegas area, go check it out.
So when TJ was on,
Sorry,
I asked
John,
him
go
the
ahead.
same- I hate the lag on this. So
Yeah, I know.
the same thing I asked him. Obviously, great career when he's in WWE. When he's doing amazing things over in Japan. Love the new guy. I love what he's doing. So I gotta ask you the same thing. I guess we're talking about you have a promotion. We want that to grow. Obviously, once the littles are a little older, do you have any inclination of maybe getting involved some way with WWE? Maybe NXT, getting onto that roster, even like kind of paying that kind of that inclination, any mind, would you want to get involved with them, or just kind of any other promotion as is, or just stick with what you're doing with your guys right now?
I'm not sure. I think it would be really like it would obviously any opportunity would be great like that, and it would just feel like a completion of like your wrestling education once you get to like those big places, like seeing how these huge shows run, everything from like writing them, promos, the stuff that happens before the show, setting it up, like the staging, stuff like that, like and then working with people that are like some of the best in the world in the ring, backstage, whatever have you. Like, so yeah, I wouldn't say no to anything. I'm in no place to say no to anything, but I'm also not dissatisfied with where I'm at and with what I've done. Done more than I ever thought. Like if I literally just had one singles match and like called it a career, I would have felt accomplished with wrestling. I was like, okay, the childhood dream is technically like wasn't WrestleMania, but I did it.
That's very true.
Yeah, like TJ always says he wants to be like the stay-at-home dad and me like be signed somewhere and like be the wrestler of the family that's like the breadwinner. And I'm just like, I like you doing it.
No, you.
It's easier on my body when you do it.
Yeah. What he's doing right now is simply amazing. I love the work he's doing right now. It's just, I was telling him when we did our, oh, yeah, I love it. I wish we'd bring that back here and do it in one of the big promotions, man. I love it.
I think he's probably going to be on some more of the American shows this year, but I don't know about your area per se.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, no, wherever he ends up, whenever he does a show, man, whoever's in that audience, they're very blessed to get to see him perform because he's, like I said, I fell in love when I saw him in WWE with the Cruiserweight stuff and following him to what he's done now. Seeing that growing up and going into that new, great, love it. Great stuff.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
It's okay. You can be biased.
And I love watching your Twitter when he's wrestling. That's my favorite thing, is watching your Twitter when he's wrestling, because that is my absolute favorite thing on earth, is your Twitter.
I didn't know this was
I'm always like, what's she up to today?
I didn't know that was a thing. And I went back and looked about what she was talking about. I watched it. I went, haha, it's actually pretty funny watching everything go inside of it.
Yeah, I like will set alarms to wake up and watch his matches at like 1:30 in the morning, our time over here, whatever it is. And yeah, I'm like, well, none of my, because in my mind, I'm like, surely nobody's reading these. Then most of them I like try to delete before he gets backstage because I'm like, I don't want to look like TJ's crazy wife, and I already am, but like, but yeah, I love to just be silly about it. My tweets are usually there for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, they crack me up. I love them.
Yeah, the bangers are not meant to be there forever.
Yeah, there was a pretty good one the other day about Charlotte. That one I couldn't help but comment on because that one was pretty fucking hilarious.
It's just an astute observation most of the time.
Well, he's 0-5, she's 0-3. I mean, she's catching up, so.
Poor gal.
Poor thing. Anyways. But yeah, it's awesome, that you've been able to do so many things and accomplish so many things. And then you turn into this badass mom who's taking care of 2 kids. Essentially, you've got TJ's support, but essentially a single mom because he's gone 4 weeks at a time. So you've been able to accomplish so many things in your life at such a young age.
Yeah, thank you. It is hard, like solo parenting, but like he's the best provider, and like when he's at home and stuff, like just a fully present father. And I'm so grateful for that because he could be like, I'm not changing a diaper, that's gross, or like he could just spend all his time like down here in our gym or something, and he's like actively like sitting with our children right now, and he's the best.
Yeah, you guys are adorable.
Thank you.
You guys just you found each other's lobsters.
What?
You found each other's lobster. My only friends reference that I actually like. Like Ross and Rachel always talk about how they're each other's lobster.
Oh, okay. Yes, okay.
I was gonna be like penguins. Is that what you meant? Like penguins?
Well, on Friends, it's lobster. It's the only damn
Okay.
Friends reference I
I
like.
thought that's what
I
it
don't
was. I'm
like
like,
that
wait, you mean
show.
penguins?
I'm
Totally wrong
not a
animal.
Friends person.
Penguins like give each other like pebbles, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, at the feet. So I'm a big proponent of obviously, I'm a father, you're a mom, obviously parenthood, things like that. I'm a big proponent. Every day I get up, I send out gratitude posts. I'm very, very happy for everything I have. What are the 3 things that you're most grateful for right now that you have in your life?
Well, I think family is the most grateful thing. The thing I am most grateful for, not just now, but like ever. So grateful for that. I would say grateful that I'm still physically able to wrestle. Schedule wise might not always work out, but very grateful that I 10 years ish into this can still do some stuff. And number 3, I'm trying to narrow it down. I guess I'm just super grateful for just the basics, like I love Vegas, but I live in a good house with it's a stable place that we're living. Besides my car getting stolen the other week, it's been pretty nice in this area.
Brutal.
Yeah, I'm glad you got it back though.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh
I was gonna say.
It's the worst.
That's wild.
So yeah, 4th thing, I guess I'll say I'm grateful I got my car back.
Yeah.
Bonus grateful. Got the car back.
Bonus.
I love
it.
Well, it's a good thing that you got the car back in one piece with your stuff in it, hopefully.
Some of it, and then some other people's stuff. I'm like, why is there a Maserati manual in my car? I surely don't own a Maserati. Like,
why couldn't they leave? Why can't I get that car back? If you're gonna leave the car, man. I'll take the Maserati.
Like, why do you have a freaking owner's manual? That's so weird. Like,
why do you do that?
I don't know, but yeah, they took some stuff from me still. They like threw out our car seats and shit, like to make room for
see,
their
that's what
pals
I
and
was
stuff.
hoping that you were gonna get back.
Oh,
No, I mean we
that's
needed
horrible.
to probably like get new ones anyways, but like yeah, they just cleared it out just to put people in it and like our stroller and like baby blankets that they had like from like when they were born or like before they were born that like had their names on it. They just like threw all that shit like just to make room for their pals. And then like they left like my glasses in the car, thankfully. Like they left my wallet but took my license, which sucked. It was a Florida license and I can't just go get that. Like that's gone. I treasured that as like my piece of home. Gone.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah, but they left my debit cards. I'm like, okay.
That's weird. You would think they take the license and the card.
And I'm like, guys, we're clearly not in Florida. What are you gonna do with this? It doesn't have like my social on it.
Right.
Yeah, that might.
What an experience.
That's horrible.
Lock your cars. Don't leave your keys in your car.
Yeah, this is an anti-theft from. Yes, please.
This is my PSA. If you're gonna get one thing out of this interview, don't leave your keys in your car.
Always have
in
your car.
Yeah, apparently you're just asking for your shit to get robbed then.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sucks. I live in the nicer part of Aurora, which everybody hears Aurora, they think theater shooting, the gangs, all that stuff. But there's nice Aurora and there's bad Aurora. But still in nice Aurora, you lock your shit and you play the fireworks or gunshots game.
Same thing in Worcester.
Oh boy.
But yeah, car theft's pretty bad out here too. So, but I've heard it's pretty bad out in Vegas.
Yeah, I am in these like Las Vegas like safety and emergency alert groups on Facebook, and like I'll see people get like their cars stolen, and I'm like, man, that sucks. That it happened to mine. That's like, yeah, it does suck.
Like, yeah, it really sucks.
Don't recommend.
Yeah,
1 star.
10 out of 10. Don't recommend.
The dude that realized like my keys were in there and like driving off with my car, I just imagine though that's got to be such like a badass feeling to be like, I just stole a car.
But the
The
keys
thrill
were
of committing Grand Theft Auto,
yeah.
just driving away with my shit, being like, we were just looking for shit and we stole a car. This is so exciting. But then, yeah, it's mine.
Stole a car full of baby shit, like a bunch of
Yeah, I'm a
assholes.
real
Right.
badass. Yeah. Jesus,
Bruh.
that's horrible, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, it's been so nice having you on tonight. I appreciate you taking the time out to hang out with us.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me. This was fun.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Aria.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you,
have to have
guys.
you on again. Soon.
We
Yes,
get the
of
both of
course.
you on. We get the both of you on at the same time. That's when it's fun.
Yeah.
I'll try to wrangle him down here someday.
Start asking the good questions so I get you both on the same screen. There we go.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I don't think we've done one together.
Oh, Jesse, make it happen.
Yeah,
That'll be the first.
I don't think we have.
Oh, it's happening now.
We've Twitch streamed together, but yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
We'll figure something out. But
It was
thank
a
you so
pleasure.
much
Thank
for
you.
taking the time. I know it's super busy with you promoting your show next week and the two boys. So
No,
thank you so
totally
much
fine.
for hanging out with us tonight.
Happy to be here.
Thank you so much.
Sweet. Well, where can everybody find you on your socials?
It is all at the Aria BP. The ARIABP. And then YouTube is Pinche Loco Pro, and then social media is all the same Pinche Loco Pro.
Perfect. Awesome. And anybody in the Vegas area, go catch that show on Valentine's Day. Take your date.
Go do it.
Come see us.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right. Well, you know what to do. Go do the thing. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. We will see everybody next week. For John and myself, have a good night.
Doodles.
Bye.